Hello everyone, welcome back to the Weekly Meditation Challenge. This is a special event in that, given that we have a year with 52 weeks and 59 mind training slogans to go through, I'm going to do 3 at once. And I know that some of these are like absolute bodhichitta stuff that we've been working on might seem a little ephemeral, and people might be a little hungry to get into some of the more relative bodhichitta stuff around how do we actually apply these practices to our life. But I wanted to go through some more of the view of what are we doing here? What is the mind training? So I wanted to just say that there's this traditional analogy that is often used of 2 wings of a bird. So the absolute and relative bodhicitta teachings are these 2 wings. One wing is wisdom mind, and the other is compassionate heart and activity. So we're talking primarily in this absolute bodhicitta aspect of the wisdom mind. So the 3 slogans I want to go through today are 1, examine the nature of unborn awareness; 2, self-liberate even the antidote; and 3, rest in the nature of alaya, the essence. And I'll go through all of that now. So the first one is slogan number 3, examine the nature of unborn awareness. Unborn awareness, what is that? That is sometimes translated as our natural state, as Buddha nature, as the ground of being, the primordial state, all sorts of translations for what this means. But it's the aspect of our mind that when we get out of our own way, we are able to just rest. We're able to just be. We're not churning anything up. We're not trying to do anything. We are literally relaxing into our natural state. That's the unborn awareness. So while the aim of last week's slogan, regard all dharmas as dreams, was to analyze the emptiness of the phenomenal world, all the things that we see around us, here we are being asked to realize the emptiness of the mind itself. So that's the distinction. Everything else is empty of inherent nature, and also we are too. So the more we're able to just rest and examine the nature of who we are, the more our ability to love and offer compassion develops. That's the result of us understanding this wisdom mind. The next slogan is self-liberate even the antidote. So the idea here is that the antidote is that everything is empty, including phenomenal world, including ourselves, including the examination process itself. Even when we start to look for our wisdom mind, that too should be self-liberated. It's effortless meditation. So the antidote here is the analysis itself. It's saying, let's let go of even clinging to the analysis. And then the last slogan for this particular week is rest in the nature of alaya, the essence. Essentially what we're being asked to do here is transcend the various types of consciousness. So there's 8 consciousnesses in the Buddhist philosophy. The first 5 probably are very familiar. It's the eye, our visual consciousness, our ear, hearing consciousness, our nose, smelling consciousness, our tongue, taste consciousness, and our body, our feeling/touch consciousness. All the things that we experience through our senses. We're being asked to not get so hooked into them and think that they are reality. We're being asked to let go of some of that and actually realize the ephemeral nature of these things that we see and smell and taste and touch and all of it. The 6th consciousness is the mind, sometimes referred to as the seat of reflexive awareness. It's our rational thought process. It sort of coordinates, well, I smell this thing and that thing is a candle. I see that thing and that thing is a wood floor. That's that sort of mind, the mind that just sort of processes all of these things. And then the 7th type of consciousness is known as Nyon-ni, Nyon-yi, which can be translated as nuisance mind, sort of the conglomeration of all of these things. Trala Rinpoche, in his book on Lodro, which I highly recommend, calls this the ego egoistic consciousness. It's sort of the coordination that says all of these things that are happening come together to create a solid sense of me. So everything becomes about us because of this particular aspect of our consciousness. It's the coordinating ability to say, it's all about me. Everything I experience through these senses, everything I react to, it's about me. Rest in the nature of alaya, the essence. Alaya is the essence of who we are. It is the unborn awareness. It is the natural state. So underneath all of those different types of consciousness, there is the alaya. It's all a projection coming out of our wisdom mind. This analogy of a projector is actually quite good, I would say. Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche once used the analogy in this particular slogan, saying, it's almost like we have a light bulb in a projector. And because of that light bulb, we are seeing all sorts of movies getting played out on the screen of our mind. All of the storylines around who we are and what's going on and why did that person do that and what are we going to do about it, all gets played out. And normally that's how we live our life. And the light bulb is just one small part of that. But here, if we rest in the nature of alaya, our essence, it's taking the light bulb out and just putting it in a simple lamp and looking directly at the bulb itself. That's what we're doing. So again, I realize that this might be somewhat ephemeral, and I apologize if that's the case. But it's important that we look at the wisdom mind. And then the more we're able to rest with our wisdom mind, the more we're able to act in a way that is sane, compassionate, and helpful to others. So the weekly meditation challenge, what are we doing this week? Here we're going to collectively, at the end of our meditation session, whenever you're done with your calm abiding or loving kindness or whatever meditation you do, my ask is that you rest your mind. Just rest your mind at the end of the meditation, free of any object. So your timer might go off, or you might notice it's time to be done on a clock. In that moment, just raise your gaze, drop the object of your meditation, and see if you can just rest your mind for a moment. That's it. I'm not going to give any other instruction than that. See what that's like. And I look forward to hearing from you. One other thing I should mention, just because I know that there's a deadline coming up in terms of registering for this, that I am leading a 1-week meditation retreat in Colorado in March, and it is entirely free. All you have to do is pay the room and board. And I hope that you are able to join me there, because it really is a beautiful deep dive into our practice. So I hope to see some of you in person. It would be really quite a treat. Okay, take care.